and draw the first corner of the entire box that you would like this to fit in. So I found my angles, and I'm going to take a pin and pin it into my board. Then that shows me my eye level and my horizon line. So I'm pinning that up there. Now I can find the angles on the one side going to that vanishing point, and I can use my sighting stick to figure out where that second vanishing point crosses. Now I have a string that can be used to draw anything to that second vanishing point. So my right vanishing point right. So everything that this entire image is going to fit into, this box, is going to go to these two vanishing points. The strings just help me to be accurate in terms of drawing. Try to use your whole arm. If you use your whole arm when you draw, everything will stay nice and straight, even without the use of a ruler. And the strings will help you to make sure you are actually going to the right vanishing point. So with this box, I've kind of drawn an outside box and an inside box because this birdhouse has an inside part that is smaller and an outside part that is bigger. Now if I look at how the front is divided up, I can kind of divide it into 5 equal spaces. Those spaces would go to the vanishing point. So that's just on that corner line, and that's really simple. Just if you need to measure it with a ruler, you can do that and use a calculator, or you can just eyeball it. I use the Xing method to find the halfway point here, and I'm going to draw a line straight up from that to find the roof line. So that inside roof line is going to that top of that first box. And I only see the one side of that, so that's why I only drew it in onto the one side. So here's just kind of showing where that second outside box is. You only see a tiny little slit of the top of this box because it's right at your eye level. I decided that it needs to go up a little bit higher. And sometimes you need to make these adjustments. You do that just by deciding it just doesn't quite look right. You are always drawing what you see. Your perspective is just a tool. So if something doesn't seem right, it's probably not. So now I have this little bit taller box, which is where the top of that roof line is going to go. And I'm finding the center of that very back edge of the bigger box. And I'm finding the center of the front edge of the biggest box. Now that center is going straight up to the top of that outer box, and that is where my roof top will meet. Now I'm going to draw in that bottom edge of the roof, which fits in the outside edge of the box. Now I connect that edge to that top point where that middle line had connected up to that top plane of the box. I'm going to do the same thing in that back plane of the box. Go from that corner up to that middle line that I had drawn up on that back plane of the box. I'm drawing in the bottom edge of that wedge. And deciding where I will draw in that other side. You can come in and just kind of clean up your lines and think about line weight. So where you want it to look heavier, maybe where there would be a shadow, you can give it a little bit of a thicker line weight. Where it would be lighter, you can have a thinner line weight. You can also make the things that are in front sharper and appear more in focus. Just kind of coming through and thinking about the line weight as you clean it up. I'm doing this really quickly, but you can take your time and spend time making it look nice. I've divided this into 5 equal parts, so now I'm just drawing lines to there because that was what the front of the box appeared to be. Now to find it, then it's kind of like 3 equal spaces. So to find the 3 equal spaces, I just drew a diagonal line and then found where those lines crossed it, and that tells me where to draw the lines straight down, just like when you did the Rubik's Cube. And then just it's good to keep this up with your vanishing points because like now I'm drawing in the little perches and they all go to that vanishing point. I also need to fix that roof line because I had like marked where it needed to go, but I never actually finished that bottom edge of it, so I need to come in and do that. And to even just double check everything as I'm finishing up. Now I'm drawing in the box that the ellipse will fit in. And so you want to use the Xing method and find that top, find all the centers so that your ellipse can touch all of those spots. And then you kind of just see just a little sliver of that one edge on the inside. I came in and drew that in. So again, finding all the centers to find where the ellipse is going to touch in that square. And the square is distorted because of perspective. Then finding that little edge. So now I just need to start cleaning things up, working on the line weight a little bit. I still need to fix some of my edges. I know that I need to fix the one edge of the bottom of the roof. It's not yet right here. I need to fix that area because I know that's where that went, but I never actually drew it to the vanishing point, so I need to go in and fix that, but I'll come back to that. It's always a good idea to just come back and double check everything before you take it off the board. And thinking about line weight again, where would the line be heavier? Where do you want it to be sharper? Where light hits it, it can be real thin. So now I need to fix this one little edge. It needs to go back to that vanishing point. I'm going to come in and sharpen that up. And I'm just double checking everything right now. You want to do that before you take anything off the board. Just make sure everything is drawn right.